What's up, everybody? Um, Always when you're buying big snakes, retics, Burmese, just any big snake, get them as babies. Even venomous snakes, get them as babies for two reasons. One, it would, it's for them to know you, and so that way you can bond with the animal over time. Two, it's so that way they are easier to handle. You're training easier to handle them and whatnot. So that way the snake knows you, but you're also training them. So if anyone else holds them, then they can hold them too. But the only dangerous part with retics and venomous snakes you can't really hold. Unless it's in the rare case of some venomous snakes actually are really actually handleable. I went handleable, handleable, and whatnot. But with venomous snakes are more dangerous because they're venomous. But it depends on what venomous snakes you have. The hognose snake. Hognose snakes are actually mild venomous. Mild venomous means they have rare fangs, and mild venom won't kill you. When they bite you, they only basically like a bee sting. That's it. They'll just be scratchy and whatnot. Same thing with the mangrove snake, and actually with garter snakes too. Garter snakes have a mild venom, and little ring snakes have mild venom, but they won't kill you. It'll just won't even hurt you. Probably won't even affect you unless you have a allergic reaction. Then you have an allergic reaction. But with the king cobras and the cobras, the spitting cobras, and all that stuff, when you're training your snake, you have to use snake hooks, or the method with double snake hook is where a snake hook is in both ends, so that way you don't have to hold them. But it's really tricky and probably hard to learn. Most people use one snake hook and use their hand to grab the tail, and then use the snake hook to mess around with the head or the upper front part of the body of the snake. With retics, definitely do tap training. They're more of the aggressive side of animals. I will be start doing tap training with my baby retic, and I'll show you how I do that. I don't have a snake. Well, technically I do have a snake hook, but it's a collapsible snake hook. But I want a smaller snake hook since it's a smaller dude, and all I'm using it for is tap training. So, and I don't really have any big snakes I need to use a snake hook right now for. So, um, if you want a big snake that ain't aggressive, that ain't food hungry, where you feed them, but you then right after they're done, you want to hold them, and you don't want to do this tap method of dial down their food. Make sure they know that it's not food. Burmese python and bald pythons. Bald pythons get 5 feet long. I think males get the same thing with females, but get ball python, just get a corn snake, all that chill animal stuff. Retics are more aggressive. They like water. They really like water. When they're fully grown, it's recommended you have a water bowl or some type of water that they can curl up in and whatnot. But what I'm doing is next level stuff. My ass is going to build them like a big enclosure, and they're going to have like a whole entire pond for themselves and whatnot. I have a room over here that I'm able to do that in. If you do not have the space, then make sure that you build what was it, 8 feet long, 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide enclosure, and that's recommended for retics at that size. You could go bigger and look longer and taller if you want to save space for that. But if you want to go like humongously big, then there's gonna be room. There's gonna be stuff in there going on in there. I'm also not this week, because this week I bought heat mats and thermostats. I bought a heat mat and thermostat for the ball python, reticulated python, and the other two ball pythons, because I don't have a heat source right now for retic, so it's just going off the temperature in the room. The temperature in the room is like 80 something, so it's fine. But it won't be that long. It'll be here Thursday, it said, so next week. Next week I won't be able to buy any. I was gonna buy a Burmese, but I won't be able to because I had to pay something. And probably after that is when I'm gonna buy the Retic because, I mean not Retic, Burmese, because I want to buy a Burmese, a green anaconda, and a yellow anaconda. I want big snakes, so yeah. And it doesn't take that long for them to get that big. In 2 years, this Retic right here will be 8 feet long, anywhere from 8 to 9 feet long, and then in 3 years it'll be anywhere from 12 to 14 feet long. And then I believe it's the same thing with the Burmese and the anacondas as well. But yeah, hope you like this video. Explain what I'm doing and also how to tap train. And I'll say it one more time. Tap training is where you take a snake hook, you lightly tap them on the head, and let them get used to like messing around with so that way it's off there because they have a food hunger. You have to use tap training. You have to tap them on the head very lightly, not lightly, but tap them on the head, and then they'll get rid of the food response. And then then you try to pick them up, and if they don't like it, then you just try to pick them up. You try to get them used to handling. If that doesn't work, then look up some other videos because I have no idea right now. I'm new to this. Okay, see you guys.